Dear Boston Bruins fan, if you don't want to miss any exclusive Bruins news, subscribe to this channel now. We are constantly on the lookout for the latest information about your favorite team, ensuring you are always up to date with everything that happens. Join us so you don't miss any important details. The Boston Bruins, despite budgetary challenges, have stood out in the 2023-24 season by betting on rising talents, like Geekie. His surprising trajectory and versatility have been key points for the team. The Boston Bruins have had to get creative with their signings over the past year due to their cap situation. They relied on taking a chance on older guys or guys who hadn't fully established themselves, giving them cheap contracts and seeing if it would work out. In the 2023-24 season, fortunately it does. James Van Riemsdyk and Danton Heinen are two great examples of this, but the one that really caught my eye recently was Geekie. The 25-year-old Canadian signed a 2-year, $4 million contract with an average annual value, AAV, of $2 million. He was signed at the start of free agency in 2023 and was the only player to get a 2-year contract, demonstrating the potential that Don Sweeney and the front office saw in him. It was also the biggest free agency deal the Bruins gave away due to their difficult cap situation. In 2023-24, Geekie has exceeded every expectation they had for him. He's already set career highs in goals and points for a season and has developed into a really solid midfield center. Last season and this season, the Bruins were able to get more productivity on all 4 lines instead of relying primarily on their top line for points. It's a big part of their success over the last 2 seasons, and Geekie has certainly done their part in playing a role in that success. Geekie was drafted by the Carolina Hurricanes in 2017 in the 3rd round. After a solid career in the Western Hockey League, WHL, and a successful professional debut in the American Hockey League, AHL, with the Charlotte Checkers, there was excitement surrounding him in Raleigh. He scored 19 goals and 46 points in 73 games for the Checkers in 2018-19. He made his NHL debut in the 2019-20 season, appearing in 2 games for the Hurricanes and recording 3 goals and 4 points. But Geekie was never able to fully work his way into the Hurricanes lineup. The following season, he had just 3 goals and 9 points in 36 NHL games, and wasn't living up to the potential people thought he had. He was left exposed in the Seattle Kraken's expansion draft and selected by the NHL's newest team, where, given the nature of the team, he would have many more opportunities to prove and establish himself. In 2 seasons with the Kraken, Geekie began to find his footing, although he never broke the 10-goal mark for the season. He played primarily on the 4th line, averaging 10 to 12 minutes of ice time per night. Still, he managed to have 28 points in 69 games last season. With a big frame, 6'3", and a good faceoff percentage, averaging 50.9% during his time in Seattle, it was no wonder the Bruins signed him to a cheap show-me contract in the start of free agency. The potential was there, it just needed a chance to be unlocked. Versatility is a word that comes up often when people describe Geekie, and it has really been on display during his tenure with the Bruins in 2023-24. He played center and wing, 2nd line and 3rd line, and with a variety of teammates. He's been the guy who can plug in anywhere in the lineup and play well. There were many nights when, even if he didn't record any points, he was noticeable on the ice for being able to make the right play when it was most needed. Don't forget to like this video as it is essential to ensure you don't miss out on the latest Bruins news we share here. Thank you in advance for your collaboration. Continuing. Geekie is playing the best hockey of his NHL career thus far. He has 15 goals, 18 assists, and 33 points. A lot of this comes down to having a bigger opportunity in Boston than his previous teams. He's averaging about 15 minutes of ice time per night, 5 minutes more than what he was averaging in Seattle last season. As a result, he has already surpassed his previous record for shots in a season, 97, with 103, and has a shooting percentage of 14.6%, which is the highest he has had in a season in which he played more than 10 games in the NHL. If there is one area where his play could be improved, it would be at the faceoff point, but overall the Bruins have struggled in that area in recent months. He always seems to find other ways to stand out. Overall, the third line of Geekie, Van Riemsdyk and Trent Frederic has been a game-changer for the Bruins in 2023-24. All three guys have helped elevate each other's games this season. Like Geekie, Frederic has already set a career high in points and matched last season's goal total, 17, and Van Riemsdyk has bounced back from a disappointing 2022-23 campaign with the Philadelphia Flyers. Geekie became an instrumental part of the Bruins' offense and performed better than most expected. He made the most of his opportunity in Boston. He recently had his first career NHL hat trick during the victory over the defending Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights. He certainly put in the work this season, and it's paying off on the ice. This has been noted before, but Sweeney actually put together a nice group of free agency signings last summer, despite having little cap space to work with. He gets a lot of justifiable criticism for his writing skills, but he certainly found success as a GM in other areas. Geekie, Van Riemsdyk, Parker Wotherspoon and Kevin Shattenkirk had their impactful moments during the season. Dear Bruins fan, it's an honor to have you here. Your feedback is extremely important to us, and we would love to hear from you in the comments. We kindly ask you to leave a like, share your opinions, and subscribe to our channel. We, who dedicate a significant part of our lives to studying, reading, and creating quality content, are disappointed to think that perhaps we don't even deserve a simple like. Your participation is valuable to us and encourages us to continue offering the best. We sincerely thank you for your cooperation and support.